Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Run Free and Strong. I'm Rayta. Today we have an exciting shoe review. It's going to be a little bit different. Side-by-side comparison of the Hoka Speedgoat 4 and the Hoka Torrent 2. So UPS delivered Friday night 3 pair of new shoes, and we're going to take a look at these and compare them side by side. So without further ado, let's dive right in. I've run in the Hoka Torrents for my Yeti 100, and I've run in the Speedgoat 3s, and was curious about the upgrades to the Speedgoat 4 and the Torrent 2s, and also had some questions from the community. And I'll show below a question from DevRunner who asked about the Speedgoat 4 and a Torrent 2, and also about the Torrent 2 versus the original Torrent. So let's go and have a look. So let's take a look at the Speedgoat 4. Wow, love the colorway. These are Gold Fusion Black. These sunglasses, not to be blinded. Love it. Next up is the Torrent 2. And the Black Iris Primrose colorway, a little bit more subdued. Love these as well. Finally, the OG Torrents in the Storm Blue Black Iris colorway. These are my shoes from the Yeti 100 Mile Endurance Run. Love these. Excellent shoes. So let's put aside the original Torrents for the moment and do a deep dive into the Speedgoat 4 and the Torrent 2s, the fit, features, and technical specs, side-by-side comparison. The Speedgoat 4 retails for $145, the Torrent 2 for $120, so lower price point. The Speedgoat 4 is a heavier shoe, weighing in at 10.8 ounces or 306 grams. The Torrent 2 is a lighter shoe, weighing in at 9.1 ounces or 258 grams. The Speedgoat 4 is a neutral, high stack, low drop trail shoe. It has a 32 millimeter height in the heel, a 28 millimeter height in the forefoot, so a low 4 millimeter drop. Hoka improved the cushioning in the 4 compared to the 3. That's one of the major changes that they made. The only complaint here from some runners is that the additional cushioning reduces responsiveness in the shoe. It really depends on your use and application. For a 100 miler, the cushioning may be preferred and will accept some loss of responsiveness. In comparison, the Torrent 2 is a neutral, low stack height, low drop trail shoe. In the heel, it measures 26 millimeters in height, in the forefoot 21 millimeters. So the drop is a 5 millimeter drop. It has less cushioning throughout the midsole compared to the Speedgoat 4. Now let's take a look at the outsole of these two shoes. The Speedgoat 4 has a Vibram Mega Grip outsole with 5 millimeter lugs and a very aggressive tread pattern. The Torrent 2 has a Hoka sticky rubber compound outsole, also with 5 millimeter lugs, and I would say a fairly aggressive tread pattern, definitely improved over the original Hoka. This is one of 2 improvements that I see from the OG Torrent to the Torrent 2. Speedgoat outsole, really great for technical trails in all weather conditions. The Torrent 2, maybe less technical trails, maybe more sensitive to weather conditions. We'll revisit that when we talk about the uppers. And with the Speedgoat 4, Hoka has improved the width of the toe box here, which was feedback from runners, including myself. I have a wide foot, So really excited about trying the new Speedgoat 4 with the wider toe box. The Torrent 2 does have a nice roomy toe box, so I think on that level these are more comparable. Now let's take a look at the upper of the two shoes. The Torrent 2 has a very open mesh, very breathable. I would say even more open than the OG Torrent. It does allow more trail dirt and mud to seep through the shoe into the sock. The Speedgoat 4 has a very tightly woven closed mesh and a lot of overlays, and therefore probably protects the foot better from dirt and mud seeping into the shoe. Another key difference is the toe and forefoot protection, which is much better on the Speedgoat 4. The Speedgoat 4 has a true toe cap to protect the toes and forefoot. It has a transparent overlay that wraps around the entire foot. It has additional forefoot protection here through a fairly solid overlay that extends the entire tongue. It does have a very thin tongue. Not sure that's a big issue. And these overlays extend on both sides of the shoe. So what does this mean? Better toe and forefoot protection, better midfoot lockdown through these overlay, and probably better stability all the way around the shoe. That's important for technical trail running as we twist and turn. The Torrent 2 has very little toe protection. It does have a little bit of overlay here. As I mentioned, the open breathable mesh doesn't really afford any protection here against rocks. And there's minimal, if any, overlays here. It has a very soft, thick, spongy tongue. Again, very little protection here. And there are some transparent overlays around the entire shoe, which is definitely, compared to the original Torrent, an improvement. If you look at the shoe side by side, both the toe box, forefoot area, as well as around the shoe. So let's do a quick recap of the Speedgoat 4 and the Torrent 2. This shoe, well, more expensive, heavier, more cushioning in the heel compared to its predecessor, wider toe box compared to its predecessor. In my opinion, both improvements. Great toe and forefoot protection, good lockdown, very good traction on all kinds of terrain and weather conditions. This shoe retails at a lower price point. It's a lighter shoe, less cushioning, less protection. However, great shoe, good traction, maybe doesn't quite extend like the Speedgoat. At the end, it's a little bit of a personal preference. I intend to have both of these shoes in my rotation, and will pick a shoe depending on what I'm doing and where I'm going and what the conditions are like. The second part of the question about, is it worth spending the extra money on a Torrent 2, the $120 retail price, versus the original Torrent, which is now on sale for around $90 on various online websites. I grabbed a couple of additional pairs of the original Torrents just because I really like the shoe, and at $30 off, why not? Once it sells out, I will stick with the Torrent 2. Great shoe. Enjoyed this quick walkthrough of these three excellent Hoka trail shoes. Thanks guys for watching. Let's go out to the Appalachian Trail in Connecticut and let's take these shoes for a test run. So just want to show you that I had to cross some fairly large rock faces, and my Torrent 2s were grippy enough and did absolutely fine. quick recap of the Torrent 2 and Speedgoat 4 side-by-side comparison. Again, this is a first impression. The Torrent 2 surprised me and outperformed my expectations on the technical Appalachian Trail. The shoe was comfortable, fit well, good lockdown, provided great support, and excellent traction. The grippy rubber sole did better than I thought it would on the technical terrain, including on the rock faces. So I would be inclined to actually take the Torrent 2 on more technical running than I thought I would be able to. I love the Torrent 2 and will definitely keep it at the top of my trail running shoe rotation. The Speedgoat performed equally well as the Torrent 2. It is a heavier shoe. Where the Speedgoat 4 surprised me a little bit was that it provided more cushioning underfoot from the heel to the midfoot to the forefoot. In addition, it did provide a little bit more protection, especially in the forefoot compared to the Torrent 2 when going over rock. The toe box in the Speedgoat 4 was a little bit more narrower. I did mention that the Speedgoat 4 compared to the 3 does have a wider toe box. It still felt narrow to me compared to the Torrent 2. The narrower toe box in the Speedgoat 4 compared to the Torrent 2, for me, is probably the only drawback between the two shoes. I did feel that the Speedgoat 4 gave me overall better protection than the Torrent 2. Also, the forefoot and toe area definitely felt the difference. I stubbed my toe quite a few times on rocks and roots, and the additional overlays and protection definitely protected my forefoot. In closing, I would say both are excellent trail running shoes. Probably can do more technical running with a Torrent 2 than I thought I could. I will definitely consider the Speedgoat 4, where either I'm running in snow, ice, mud, or rain, or it is so technical where I have to deal with a lot of rocks and roots, and I might bang up my feet with the Torrent 2. Thanks for watching. I would appreciate if you give the video a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to follow my journey, and leave a comment below. What is your favorite trail running shoe? Thank you.